Welcome everyone. It's Dawn Duvall. I am coming to you pre-recorded from Fort Myers, Florida. And welcome. Thank you for coming in this evening to watch this One Sheet Wonder template. I thought it's a great template that we can use to create 8 cards. So we will get started in just a minute. I'm going to go ahead and go through my normal housekeeping type stuff. We are in celebration, as you all probably know, but we have added some new products to the celebration items. I was shocked to see there's probably about 8 items that they've added, both in the $50 and the $100 range. So if you haven't checked, go to my online store and just type in celebration, or you should see a link somewhere on there or a picture, and click it on and take a look. There are Stampin' Write markers. There's 10 Stampin' Write markers that you can get. There are it's just all sorts of stuff. So I was actually surprised. I wasn't aware that all that stuff was, I knew they said something was coming, but I thought it might be 1 or 2 things. But anyways, so we're in the midst of celebration. So for every $50 that you spend, then you get to choose a product from the $50 range, or if you get to $100 or more, then you get to choose either 2 $50 products or 1 for $100, and they have all sorts of goodies in there. And as your price increases, then you get to choose, for every $50 you get to choose a free product. So hopefully you're taking advantage of that. And if you shop with me through my online store, then I will be providing you with a free tutorial bundle. It's this month happens to be 50 projects that are included, and I'm going to flip the camera down so you can see the picture of it's a collaboration of all the cards. I just want you to see that. So we have 50. This is the Crafty Collaborations that I belong to. There's myself and all these other demonstrators from the United States and other countries that we do business in. So we all submit a project, and then we have the ability to get all the total that we can use as gifts for our customers when they make purchases. So when you place that $50 order, in addition to getting your celebration item, you're going to get this email to you. It normally takes about 2 days from the time I get notified of your order. I will email this to you, and this is my thank you gift for shopping with me. So if you know somebody that loves to craft and they haven't joined my Facebook page or group, please invite them to do so. I would love to have more people. I love what I do. I love showing others how to paper craft, especially because everybody says they are not creative, and we all might not be creative, but it's all using the right tools. And when I say that, Stampin' Up! Has the best products that you could ask for. And I call it dummy proof because everything is color coordinated. So if you look at your cardstock and then you look at your pattern paper, the pattern paper is going to tell you what colors. I'm going to flip back. The pattern paper is going to tell you which colors coordinate. So you just look for the color, the cardstock, the ink, the ribbon, the twine, anything else that you can think of, embellishments, all of that coordinates. So you don't have to think about it. You just open your book and you say, okay, I want Flirty Flamingo, and then you find all the stuff that coordinates with Flirty Flamingo. So it really is kind of a no-brainer. And we do have a great join special. If you are interested in starting a business and making some part-time income, or work this as a full-time business, I would love to talk to you about that. We do have a special offer running through the end of February. And since it's leap year, get an extra day. So it's good through February 29th. And we would love to have you join my Crafty Girls team. And if you have any interest in that, I'll be more than happy to share all of the details and what you need to do to become a demonstrator, to get a discount, and all of that fun stuff. So, all right, let's get started. This evening, we're going to work on a template for a One Sheet Wonder. So I went ahead, and I'm trying to be fancy now. I'm going to flip the camera down. I actually decided to show a 12 by 12 square with a design in it so that you would know that this is pattern paper. And I will put this in the file section of the Facebook VIP group, and for those that are on YouTube, I'll put a link in the description, which you'll find down below. And if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so. Make sure that you subscribe and click that bell. That way you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Okay, so we're going to take a 12 by 12 sheet of pattern paper. We're going to make 8 cards with this. And what we're going to do, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to remove, we're going to cut 1 inch from the bottom of our paper, and then we're going to turn it back, and we're going to cut 3-inch horizontal lines. That's going to give us 4 sheets, 4 sheets of that 3 by 12, 3 by 11 paper, because we're going to cut off 1 inch. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Let me show you what I'm working with. I'm using the Most Adored designer paper, and this is one of the free celebration items. So let me show this to you. And I'm making Valentine's cards because I thought Valentine's is coming up, and again, like I did in my Facebook Live Tuesday night, I'm trying to show you how you can use your paper, even if you don't have the stamps that may coordinate or what have you. So this is the beautiful paper, and it is double-sided. So I'm going to flip the sides over so you can see. Now this one I've already cut, and this is the back side. But this is what we're going to use. So this is the next paper with the back side. And isn't this gorgeous? Here's the next piece. And then that's the back side. And that's kind of like a gold foil of little flowers. Isn't that beautiful? And then we have some checks. And then we'll flip this over. And this has kind of got a little bit of a texture to it. And then I almost used this piece, but I changed my mind. It's really pretty. It's like leaves that they've moved and formed into the shape of a heart. And then here's some more beautiful roses type flowering. And then the back side of this paper, hang on. So this doesn't necessarily have to be for Valentine's. It can be for a wedding. It could be because I love you. All sorts of reasons. And then here's one of those sheets that has the design it's got this gap right here, so it's got hearts throughout. And then this is the back side of that one. So even though some of this has got the hearts, you can actually use the back sides. This could be for anything, right? These roses, this pretty gold, that could be for anything. And these two here, the pattern of the plaid, and these flowers here, that could be for anything. And so a lot of this could be used for anything outside of Thanksgiving. Whew, boy, you would tell where my mind is. Valentine's Day, or I love you. You can make a love card for your spouse or your partner, whatever. So and this again is a free set of 12 by 12 sheets of pattern paper that you can get when you spend $50 through my online store. Okay, so with that being said, let's move on with our template. I'm also going to be working with our country bouquet. This does have a coordinating punch. You can find this in the annual catalog. I'm going to be using this heart, these 2 little hearts, and then the Happy Valentine's Day. You could use this for I love you, just wanted to say, I love that we're friends. So anything that you want to send to somebody that means something to you, okay? So let's go ahead and get our paper trimmer in. We're going to open up the arm to 12 inches. So now if you have a pattern like I do, I got my hearts that are going from top to bottom. So the first thing our template says is we want to remove 1 inch from the bottom. So we want to turn it because we want to get our hearts to stay in the direction that we want them to go. So since I'm using the Stampin' Up! Trimmer, we go over to 1 inch on this right-hand side. So I'm just going to butt my paper to the top of the trimmer, slide it over to that 1 inch mark, make sure I'm lined up at the top and the bottom, because you want to make sure you get the bottom lined up too, or your paper is going to be a little crooked. All right, so it looks like it's lined up. Give me just a second. Let me just move this over just a tad. All right, I think that looks good. So we're going to cut this off, and we're going to set this off to the side. All right, so now we have our 12 by 11 piece of paper. So what we're going to do is we're going to move this down, and we're going to cut 3 inches. And by cutting 3 inches, and it's 12 by 12, then we're going to have 4, because 4 times 3 is 12. We'll have 4 columns of 3 inches of paper. So we're going to line this up at 3 inches, and let me bring my paper trimmer up, and we're going to cut 1 down, and then we're going to cut the second one. So we're going to cut this whole sheet right here into 3-inch strips. All right, and we'll do one more, and that's going to give us our 4 3-inch by 11 strip. So make sure I'm in here straight. Okay, so now we have that. So what I'm going to do, I think I can do 2 sheets at one time. If you're using a paper cutter, like the guillotine, then you can obviously do this all at once. Okay, so I'm turning it into the landscape. Into the, landscape mode. So now we're going to bring it down to 3.5 inches. So we're going to line it up at our 3.5, and I always want to make sure I get my paper all nice and even. So we're going to line this up at 3.5, and we're going to cut that. So let me bring my trimmer up. I'm going to give it a little extra pressure to make sure I cut it, and then I'm going to set that off to the side right here. We're going to cut it again. So we're going to move this up to 3.5. All right, so that's 3.5. So that leaves now a 4-inch piece, right? So 3.5 is 7 and leaves 4 inches. So what we're going to do, since this is 4 inches, we're going to move this down and cut this at 2 inches. All right, so we're going to cut this down at 2 inches, and this is going to be the piece that we're going to flip over, and I'll show you what we're going to do in just a minute. So I'm going to lay that right there. I'm going to bring in the other 2 pieces that I have, and we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to line them up at 3.5, and we're going to cut those and move that over here. We'll do another 3.5. And this is fun because you can flip your paper around. Now this paper, I did the cards. I should have chosen a different piece. I don't particularly, the back side's okay, but all right. And this is the one that's 4 inches long, right? So we want to cut it down to 2. So we're going to place this in the trimmer, and we're going to cut this down at 2 inches. Okay. So now we have 8 of these, which is what we need, and then we have 8 of these, which is going to be the piece of card, and we're going to put that together. And then now this piece here, I'm going to cut this in half. Now this can be used, this template I got from Robin Stamps, I think it is, and she has a box that you can make to put your cards in. I'm not going to do that. So what I'm doing is I'm going to cut this in half at 6 inches. And I'm going to, actually, no, what I'm going to do, because this is 1 inch, so I'm going to cut this to a 1/2 inch. And this will give me 6 pieces that I will attach to the inside of my white cardstock. So I'm going to put this down in the trimmer, cut it in half. And then when I add my paper to the inside of the card, it's going to be 4 inches. So I'm going to cut this down to 4 inches. I'm going to just do it one at a time. So we've got 1. We'll get 3 out of each piece. So we'll have enough for 6 of the cards, and then 2 cards will just not have an inside piece, or I can cut it from something else. All right, so we're going to do that. And because I like to decorate the inside of my cards, right? So we're going to line this up at 4 inches. So we've got 6 of those. So that's good. We'll keep those, and we'll decorate our inside of our card. Okay, so let's move the trimmer out of the way. And let me show you what I've done. So I've already created the cards. So I will create more cards because now I have more cards, right? So I will take these pieces. Now what we're going to do on our cardstock is we're gonna shuffle. So you can do it like this, and then take one of the 2-inch pieces, and I'll show you the cards in just a minute. And you're gonna line it up like that, or you can do it like this, which is what I did, and do it like this. Now I did one like this and the rest of them like that, but I think depending on the type of paper you have, I think it's gonna look really pretty. So I will put these together when I come back in tomorrow. And let me go ahead and show you what I did with the cards. And you also want to, we're going to make a sentiment, and we're going to use that to cover the side. So what I've done is I've used Flirty Flamingo cardstock, and I cut it at 4 1/4 by 11, score it at 5 1/2, and there's where I put that little piece that I cut off at a 1/2 inch by 4. And then here's where I placed the 3.5 by 3, and then I butted this piece up underneath, and then I just cut a strip. This is like a 1/2 inch, I think. Let me see. No, I think it's 3/4 of an inch. And I just used up my scraps that I had laying around. Stamped this in Flirty Flamingo, popped it up on dimensionals, and then I cut a little at a slant. I may come back and put some embellishments on here. I might put some rhinestones and color them in pink, or some other type of embellishment. And then I use that little heart set from the Country Bouquet, and I just stamped that tone on tone, just because this piece of the card was vacant or empty, and I didn't want it to look naked. So you can see how these have all turned out, and let me show you the one that I did. So they're all the same with the exception of this one. This is the one that I flipped over with the gold paper for the larger size, and the Valentine's hearts on the bottom. And then what I did was I used the clear heart right here from the Country Bouquet, and I just stamped it once and then moved it over just a little bit and stamped it twice so it looks like they are connected. So this is fine. Anyways, it's fine. It's not my favorite to have as a back piece, so I only did one piece like that, and I left the rest of them with this as a smaller piece down here that I flipped over. But you can see, and then again, it has the little piece in the bottom that it has our hearts on it, and then everything else are all the same. So here are the 8 cards that I created using this template. So there you go. And then this one right here we did, and I'll move this over a little bit. So you've got 8 cards. Isn't that gorgeous? So I hope you've enjoyed this. I know it's a short video. I did all of the stamping ahead of time and cutting. I was going to show you how to put them together, and I thought you guys know how to put cards together. So the nice thing about this template is that by putting your sentiment over the seam where the 2 papers match up, it takes that away and makes it look like a really great card. So isn't that gorgeous? So there you have another template you can use. Great way to use up your pattern paper. Valentine's Day's coming, so you could make this Valentine's card. You could make them, I love you card, or just for any reason card, depending on the type of paper that you use. So again, I hope you've enjoyed this. I really appreciate y'all stopping by this Tuesday evening. We are at a concert tonight. Typically, they're not always on Tuesdays, but sometimes they are. And anyways, I will be back tomorrow, which is Wednesday, and then I leave on Thursday morning, dark 30. I'm getting picked up at 6:15 in the morning to be taken to the airport, and I am flying out to Arizona for a business retreat, and I'm looking forward to that. I will be back Sunday afternoon. So I will see you, let's see, Wednesday. Yep, I will probably see you when I return. All right, everyone, thanks again for stopping by. I hope you've enjoyed this template. Again, it will be downloaded in the VIP group file section, and for those of you watching on YouTube, it will be a link to a Google Drive that you can download it and print it out for yourself. So once again, thank you so much for taking time and spending with me on your Tuesday evening. Again, thank you so much, and if I can help you with anything, please message me and let me know. All right, have a great evening, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye now.